going on, everyone? I did a breakdown of my 11.5. I got decent engagement in that, more than I expected, honestly. And I know I had, like, near the end of that, I had mentioned that I was going to be doing a carry handle build. I mean, I've had it done for a little while. I don't know, I just kind of was like lazy about making a video about it, I guess. I was changing stuff on it and everything, so I finally have it at a spot where I like it. So I figured I'd make a breakdown video of this too, see if anybody would like it. So this is my 10.5 carry handle build that I did. Don't worry, it's empty. Nothing in it, for you people that care about that. But yeah, this is 10.5. I did like a kind of like a tiger stripe kind of ish like paint job on it. It's my first attempt at it, so you know, if it sucks, oh, whatever. But yeah, so I was switching parts around on this. I ended up swapping a lower that I had a bad attitude department lower and like clear ano, but I ended up swapping that for a different build that I'm doing, so I put this one on it. So I guess we can just start there. That this is a Wilson Combat lower. It's a Blem, because I always buy Blems. That's how you can get good company lowers for cheap. So it's that, I think it was like 50 bucks. So, and I build my own, so I'm not gonna buy a complete. It is an ALG, I think just like their mil spec, like advanced mil spec trigger or something. Nothing fancy, nothing great, but I mean, it's got a nice crisp break, but that's about it. There's nothing, it's not super light, it's not like, you know. I have an Ambi Radian safety on this, and I got it for free from a buddy of mine, so that's really the only reason I have it. I'm not really a fan, to be completely honest. I really don't get the hype around it or why people like it. It's kind of a pain in the ass to install, and it's just, I don't know, it's just not that great. But like I said, I got it for free, so I said screw it, I'll run it. I much prefer Forward Controls Design safety. Geissele Maritime bolt catch. I know a lot of people complain about that and say like, oh, they're prone to breaking. I've heard that. This one hasn't broke yet. If it does, okay, whatever, I'll swap it out for something else. Geissele mag release bar, doesn't really matter because I mean, that's not the important part, whatever, if it's important. Geissele mag release itself. Trigger pin, or not trigger pins, pivot and takedown pins. No clue. I had them laying around. So, mil spec standard, you know, dust cover. Bolt carrier is a Colt SOCOM bolt carrier. I got it off a buddy. He told me that. Do I actually know that? No. And then I have a nickel boron bolt. I don't even remember what it is. So, you know, this kind of was like a spare parts slash cheap build. If I bought cheaper parts, just because this wasn't really meant to be anything like go to war. I mean, if that, you know, imaginary situation ever popped up, I would still feel comfortable running this, because it's not like it's like a total piece of crap. It was just, I bought used parts, like I didn't buy like a fancy dust cover type stuff like that. So, and then it's just a Magpul trigger guard, again, part that I already had. So, and then I think it's an Expo Arms buffer tube. I have an H2, a BCM H2 and Springco Blue spring in this. SBA 3 brace that I swapped from this in my 11.5. Probably after that whole January 1st no tax thing, it's probably when I'll SBR this and I'll SBR the 11.5. I have a car 15 stock that I'm going to put on it once I SBR it. Driven Arms ultralight compact grip. This is like the first gen. I know that they have like a second generation out. It's nice. I like the little palm swell on the back, and then it's like I don't have super wide hands or anything, so it's like it's more of a compact grip, so it actually like fits my hand nice, you know, it doesn't stick out or anything. The grip angle's pretty good. So there's that. So the upper is a Brownells C7 upper, the best carry handle upper there is. You won't change my mind. Yeah, from Brownells. BCM Mark II charging handle. I really like those charging handles. I swapped to a Geisley on my 11.5, so I put this one in here. Nothing fancy. I think it's I think I got like a Luth AR upper parts kit. So I had like the forward assist and then like the iron sight here. This is a Battle Steel from Bowtac, just like the T2 footprint mount for the carry handle. And then this is just a Holosun Gold Dot. It's like the HS 403 or whatever, but it's the Gold Dot. I wanted to try one out, thought it was, and I figured it fit the vibe of this build a little bit more, because I tried to do like a kind of like the whole retro, but also a little more modernized, because I have like, you know, fancy dot, fancy for Holosun, yeah. The different grip, and then I went with a BCM M-Lock. This is the MCMR7 rail, because I like M-Lock. Whatever, people don't, people do, I do. So I put that on here. Then I have the BCM CAG, and then just some like BCM rail covers. So that kind of, like I said, the whole M-Lock rail thing kind of was like more of like to go with like the more retro modern style, like a bastard build kind of thing. I have a Holosun Raid weapon light on here. It's fine. It puts light where you need it to. People complain about the rings, whatever. The hot spot where you're actually pointing the light does fine. Like, it's a flashlight. Like, how durable it is what matters, at least in my opinion. The switch is okay. I'm gonna swap it out for a probably a mod button, but it's the Crane switch, not like the Surefire. There is like, the thing I don't like about this light is that there is about like a half-second like delay when you push the button to when the light turns on, and then same thing when you let the button out to turn it off. I'm gonna see if the mod button fixes that. If not, it's not that big a deal. It's a Ballistic Advantage 10.5. I think it's just a Hansen barrel. Bought that off my brother for like 50 bucks. Or else I would have went with a Roscoe, because I love Roscoe barrels. And then muzzle device is a Wolfpack Armory Night Howler, but this is actually the recessed one. So it goes a little bit over the barrel to push my suppressor back, which, same thing as the other one, is my Otter Creek Labs Polonium. Yeah, 'cause apparently YouTube doesn't like this. It pushes the suppressor back, and there's a very, very, very tiny gap. I don't know if I can get it on camera, but there's a very tiny gap between the bayonet lug and the suppressor. I actually had to shim the muzzle device to make sure that that gap was there, or else this would have hit. I mean, I could have bought a regular one. I just didn't feel like buying another muzzle device because I was actually going to run this on my 11.5. The Zilch mount was too thick, so it hit the handguard. So I was like, all right, well, screw it. So I'll just buy a normal one for that and put this one on here. The FSP, don't remember where that came from. I think I had it laying around from an old build. I put it on myself. Like, I drilled the holes and everything. So it is a very, very tiny bit crooked, but I am no gunsmith. But gas port lines up fine. It shoots fine. I've been running it. I ran it in a match. So I don't really care. And I have a red dot on it, so it's not really like I'm gonna really use the irons. I mean, I zeroed them, but I'm not gonna use them. It was a little tricky because, like I said, it's slightly crooked. But I did it myself, so I don't really care. It's not like I bought it from PSA and it came crooked. And I just have some electrical tape wrapped to hold down the wire. That's usually what I do. I usually do Ranger bands or electrical tape. I'm not gonna like buy some fancy M-LOK thing. I don't care that much. Tape will do just fine. And then I have an Arisaka inline scout mount holding on the light. I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, it was just kind of a fun / like cheap build. I thought it was pretty cool. And like I said, Tiger Stripe is my favorite camo, so I wanted to try it. When I first did this, it was kind of like an M81 style camo. I actually have a video of that. But then, like I said, since I switched lowers, I wanted to repaint it. But yeah, it's a fun gun. It's pretty cool. I love carry handles, and I love short guns, so I was like, I want to make one. And this is it. So let me know what you think.